Hey YouTube, I'm at the Wonder Words that's in Onsdale. I was kind of working for my boss Tommy, that we know from each other from the Ashtai congregation. So here on the river, I just thought post this out. So it's been about a couple weeks ago since I posted the last one, and I had deleted about probably a week ago. So, but I thought it's kind of cool to show it out that that the river is flowing in one direction. So kind of thinking that, if we go through some tough situation, sometimes we need to think about that path need to go one-way straight, the truth of the situation. So whether it be the truth, the commitment, the responsibility we have, the family we have, anything in between, it's about taking about the responsibility one-way straight. So sometimes they go on top of the hill, and then sometimes they divide it as they go down the hill. And sometimes when we go down, sometimes we may have to make a decision of which way we may want to go, either the one to the left or the one to the right. So one way or another, it's all about making choices, whether if we grow up to be a kid, to be adult, or we have responsibility to take care of somebody else's. But one way or another, to me, it's about building trust. So sometimes I still struggle with that every day, just like we all have been struggling with. So one way or another, that sometimes I think about I want to be a boss. Sometimes I think about I want to be a singer, write my own song. So sometimes I think that God still called me to be a messenger. But anyway, one way or another, I know that in the past I make a lot of mistakes. So I just came out from the courthouse and been told that I can't go back to running the business. I can't tell you much about that situation yet. And it told me that I can't go back to it ever again. So whether if they forgive me or not, with some way, I don't think they do. It's all about giving forgiveness back to the community, back to someone that you need to be forgiven for, to let go of that burden. So I still learning a lot every day. It's been about 4 months since I chose my decision to be off my medication. And other than having some rough patches here and there, I think in some way I still am doing really good. So learning a lot what my life is without taking medication. So I still have a lot of talent that I never thought I had before. And then decision choices I make in the future. So not only I'm learning, I want to process of sharing or process what I want to share to others. I also process it as I'm sharing it. I'm learning a lot more of what I'm picking up as I'm sharing it. So God has always been good in that kind of situation. So I have a lot more that I like to share in the future. But just look at this river. It's so cool. There's a house that's just close by there, and I'm on the outside, which is not really property per se. But just look at the river. It's just flowing down, making noises, and it just sounds so peaceful. And this is about as close to the nature we get for now. But my prayer is always want to, in a way, bring back to nature. And kind of like in a way, bring it back since the dawn of time, when there was a lot of things in the woods and everything is wired in nature, and not before much of the house was involved. And back when the cavemen were involved, that they just lived in a cave, and what they later be in the wire. And as the years and the decades go by, we learn how to create all things that we consider as making our life better. And this is the world that we live in today, that we have, houses and businesses and all responsibilities and laws that have been involved. And part of me has to wonder, we may have to be careful what the consequences that involved through this law. Is it the right thing to make, or is it the wrong thing to make? But one way or another, it's all about how we learn to process things in life, whether if it's the right choice to take medication, what the right choice is, how we share and process to our family, to our friends, whether how we get more involved with respect to nature, respect to what's involved with the community, so anything else that's involved from there. So ever since I was off my medication, everywhere I go, whether if it's a river like this, or if it's in the business or talking to friends, just anywhere in between, I feel like the Spirit is just talking to me. Whether that's a sinful thing to say, or just a spiritual thing to say, or what people want to be amazed about, To me, it's all about wanting to get back to communities. This situation, I'm just chilling at the rocks and listening to the river flowing. And I feel like that this is where my peace is at. This is where my joy is at, where my compassion is at. And it's like God is always so good. Whether if I have decided to believe in Jesus, I want to accept other things that feel close to me. So again, my goal is like wanting to, if we can end the war, that'd be awesome. We have no more war against other countries. That's where my peace is at. And if we decide to have businesses or we still decide to have vacation, or if I want to make this better, again, to me, it's always about getting back to nature and respecting one another. So maybe one way or another, I may be too, too much of my commitment to the situation. But again, I always want to try my best to respect one another. And it's always been a challenge for me since day one. So even though if I'm not with my biological family and not with my adopted family, I still want to figure out where my peace is at. Whether if I respect them or they need to respect me, no matter what the situation is, sometimes I need to step aside, a time out, and just spend time with either with nature or just spend time to cool down for myself. So I'm feeling a lot better these days. Ever since I left the mental hospital, last time was about months ago, I have been doing a lot of panic attack, which my friend called it spiritual attack. And spiritual attack is actually the word I love to hear, from one of my friends. And it just kind of brings me closer to what the word is saying, Spiritual attack is, sometimes we get to nature or wherever situation you're at, and sometimes you just feel that attack, So, yeah, one way or another, there's so much I like to share in the future. And there's some things that I discover for myself that sometimes I share to my friend that I feel close to. And sometimes I like to keep to myself to see what God wants me to leave for in the future. So one way or another, like this is my peace right here. And whether God told me to go back to Korea or told me to stay here in the United States, I always wanted to get close to just getting a communication, just feeling the love, just feeling the compassion, And it just sometimes it just gets so overwhelming that like here's a river just flowing just in one direction and just flowing down peacefully. And just go about down, the animals that live in here, just going down to wherever the river goes. Just look at it, so beautiful, so peaceful, and so humble just hearing about this, hearing the noise of it, And just sometimes we get listening close enough, you just can hear it speaking. Like, wow, this is so awesome. And then sometimes that when I listen to something like this, God give me a message to say. It all started since January 20th. Surprise, surprise. Since 30 years since I was adopted. And then God has a message for me to share that, oh yeah, maybe I should listen to what God is saying to me. So I know that I made a lot of mistakes in the past, and yeah, I may be, just like I'm about to say, quick to judge and, and not thinking clearly. And, but yeah, I'm always happy to express and share that I have a lot to learn. So every day I want to go deeper into God's Word, whether it's the Bible or just listen to one another, no matter what the expressions are. There's even people that talk about just listening to the aliens. And I still have a lot of respect in those situations that even though they might not be my words, it's all about, again, showing respect, and I understand a lot more about history of what I hear and thought that, oh yeah, now I understand why they sacrifice themselves or they go to a lot of pain to go to just getting closer to God's Word. Again, whether if we agree to a situation or not, it's all about showing respect to one another. And sometimes we may not understand now, but who knows? Maybe you will understand in the future. But still, the idea is still the same. You don't know how difficult it is until you've been through it yourself. So I still want to learn more about forgiveness. I still want to learn about surrendering more. And I pray that more and more I learn about surrendering, the more and more I want to get into the panic attack or spiritual attack. Yeah, God is just so good, and just listening to God's word and singing and just playing the drum and playing the instrument, and just wherever God lead me to. Sometimes I feel like God has a message for me to share that is so mind blowing. It's like, wow, how did God have space sharing to me about this that may have never been heard before by anybody else's? So one way or another, like, God is always so good, and God is always so much in control. And that's something that I hope that we understand more and more, that whatever God provided, He's the one that's in control of this. And we're just a shepherd. We just the one that collecting or just provide things that He provides from here on earth. You just look around, we've got rocks, got trees, got grass, and got houses, and right now it's springtime. These are just growing all around. Just look around it. We've got leaves start to grow on trees, and like, yeah, this is the beginning of this year of springtime. But you gotta remember that every day it's always a new beginning for something, for someone. And that's something that I just really hope that we all understand, that we need to respect those things, whether if we agree to or not. It's all about giving respect to nature and the communities and the people that we love and the business that we're involved with. It's all about giving respect and allow us to grow how we can try and make things better. So my prayer to share to you is that find where your faith is at. Find where you leave you close to God or they're close to the Spirit. If you don't feel it today, you never know. You may feel it sometime later on during the years. So it's like saying that, when you're a kid, you may not understand it now till you become older or become an adult. But I've seen a lot of situations that even a 1-year-old kid can understand a lot more than what 7 years old can understand. It's not it's not just a gift or a talent. It's something what someone has experienced with when they were just a little. In these days, all you gotta do is just give them a 2 days old tablet. And then when they become 1 year old, they can understand everything that's involved with it. And it's just amazing at what you can teach them. Now we learn from the tablets itself, and we learn from today, that it's just so amazing what we learn. So I also want to share to you that I don't like to agree with everything that's involved with social media or agree with anything involved with the communities. If I want to know what to choose at, it's about me figuring it out for myself. So once again, it's about how we are quick to judge and how we try and be quick to understanding. And how I am to be quick to understanding is about being close to nature. I love nature and I love to be close to God. And when I learned about sportsmanship in the past, they all come together to how can it be so much close to understanding. And it's, again, life is so beautiful if you respect it. Just look at it. It's so peaceful here. So I keep you in prayer for YouTube and hope that you come to a lot of understanding that wherever your heart's at, just let it flow from there. And I always love to give a suggestion. I'm hoping and praying that I'll push those suggestions to you guys. And encourage you to suggest to one another. And encourage them to do the right thing. Whether it's you agree to or not. So I keep you in a lot of prayers, YouTube. And keep you posted for future for what I like to share from further on. So peace, Facebook. Love you guys. Bye.